Hello lovely people, welcome to another reading. This one's going to be a bit different and I may change the way I do the readings in light of the download that came earlier on today. I haven't managed to sit down and actually speak to you until now, but I pulled the cards this morning and Spirit came through with a really clear message for a specific person or persons who will find this if they're meant to. This reading is about an emotional detox. It's about a clearing and a cleansing, very specifically towards someone who's pretty clued up spiritually. You've been on the path for a long time. You've done a lot of shadow work. You've done a lot of inner child work. And I think I said that in the last reading. And the last reading was about a twin flame coming along. This could be for the same person. It might not. If it is, take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, then that's fine. Just watch it for entertainment. There's nothing at all wrong with that. We all learn something. I do it myself. But this is specifically coming through from Spirit for someone, and they need to hear it. They need the recognition that Spirit is seeing very clearly the enormous challenge that they're having with forgiveness and hope, hope, maybe hope's in there as well, with opening the heart chakra. Because this person knows they have to forgive the past in order to move on. They know this. They know that they cannot welcome in unconditional love on the highest possible level without truly forgiving the people that had hurt them in the past. And yes, they're right. You cannot have an open heart without doing the forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is included in that for any mistakes, for getting involved where maybe you shouldn't or we shouldn't. But I don't think it is so much self-forgiveness. Like I said, this person has done a lot of work. Heck of a lot of work. Now, my camera is fixed, or I would really like to show you the cards. I'll show you them as and when they come up. There's a complete spread here, and I've used two decks. The first deck I've used is the Shadow Love, and the second one is my all-time favourite, which is Heaven and Earth Tarot. This is slightly different in its interpretation, and I like it. It works for me. So, they have sometimes just a little twist on the meanings, but the message that came through is very, very clear. I have my notes, which I'll show you. So if you see me looking down, I'm referring to my notes because when I get a download like this, there's a lot of information. I'm 61 years old. I forget. So if I write the notes, then I know that everybody's going to get as much of it as possible. And I quite like this way of doing the reading because there's a lot of time wasted for you guys while I'm shuffling. If the cards are already pulled, I can just give you the message, clear. And I can give you the message having received it from Spirit. And sometimes when I'm in a state of meditation like that, I get more than if I'm performing on a camera, because that's what it feels like for me. If there's a camera looking at me, I'm looking at myself and it doesn't feel right. And I'm a feeling person. So let's see how it goes. So, like I said, this is an emotional detox. The first card that I pulled out was one of my own cards, and it is Starve the Need. My cards are statements. This Starve the Need is about picking up the pieces after a really hard time, a really painful ending. And you have allowed time and you have done the shadow work since the ending, but you're spinning on the spot. There's still a feeling of real discomfort. And for whoever I'm speaking to doesn't know why they're feeling this discomfort. And that's what Spirit wants to come through with, because this is really, really important and really beautiful, actually. So the card that told me this was the card that was in reverse. And it's a card that says hard. Things are difficult just now. You need space to sort out your feelings, to know what to do. That's in reverse. You've taken space. You know what you need to do, and yet you still feel very discombobulated. I would use that northern word, discombobulated. The reason for this is that our nervous systems get locked in to crazy drama and struggle. When it goes quiet, the nervous system doesn't recognize, no matter how much mental processing we've done, the nervous system is still on that standby. You can do endless meditation, you can do somatic work, you can do whatever you want, but the nervous system hasn't quite got the message yet that this is calm and this is good, and it's good to be calm. It's like there is this space that feels very uncomfortable because you're not used to it. You're not used to this stillness. So, but you know you have to do the forgiving. You're willing to do the forgiving, you're willing to do the work, but you are absolutely emotionally burnt out from trying to do the work, from going at it 24/7, from taking the responsibilities, from working through your own issues, possibly even getting your own healing, your counselling, possibly even running a business or being a busy person. It could be being a busy mom, could be anything. You know, you need a break. You know you need a break. And you know that you try to give yourself that break, but you're still not getting the full satisfaction of the rest from it. That card that came under the pieces card says you are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. Spirit gave me this card to say, we're coming in to help you. Spirit says, you act aggressive or you act strong, you act like the protector, the warrior, but you're just protecting yourself. Soften your heart so you can feel again. Okay, so Spirit's saying here that they recognize that you're really strong. You've got a lot of knowledge, you've got a lot of wisdom. You know your stuff. You probably even do readings yourself. And you know this, but Spirit wants you to know that they recognize this. They recognize that really strong exterior, but they see beneath that, and they see this very uncomfortable feeling of not stuck. It's not stuck. It's just a really long pause. Like it feels like an endless pause. And you know that, you take the necessary time out, you do the necessary meditating, but there's still that feeling, there's still that your central nervous system's still not quite getting it. So Spirit wanted me to tell you that it isn't about courage. It is about the wibble is necessary to heal, is what I got. So this is a wibble, a wobble, a wibble. This is about sitting with it. This is about surrendering to it. Now that rolls off the tongue, but bear with me just a moment. So first of all, the card that I pulled from the Heaven and Earth Tarot is the Five of Wands. Now in this tarot, this is strife. You got that upside down. There's no strife. You've worked through the strife. You're out of it. There isn't any drama. There isn't any strife. Spirit says that you have, let me just read what this said. You've released the burdens of oppression, because that's the oppression card. The Ten of Wands is the oppression card. in this tarot. Spirit says you've released the oppression, you've released the burdens, and you know you're in the Hanged Man. You know that you're in the Hanged Man. More on him later. But this is the one. Now, this card came out next to the Burned Out card. The Burned card says you've been hurt before, so it's hard for you to trust. Let someone in and love again. Okay. On the other side of that card is the High Priestess. These are you. Both of them are you. They're both two aspects of you. What this card is saying, the Knight of Wands, and if you can see the Knight of Wands, he's on a huge horse and they're both on fire and they're leaping over the fire. And this is what you've done. You have risen to the challenge. You have leapt through the flames. You have sat in the flames. You have embraced the flames. You've even worn those flames of pain and hurt, and you've worked through it. But here the horse is leaping over them. And what Spirit was saying to me is that this is where the wibble is. Because you're so courageous and so brave, you push forward. You push, push, push. You do the work. You take on the challenges. And what did they actually say? They said, charging ahead, too much boldness is what Spirit said. This bravery to heal yourself in order to find love is not conducive with opening the heart chakra. Got to slow down. Got to slow down. I know you're brave. I know that you take responsibility and you tackle all the challenges that Spirit sends you. I also know that you are the High Priestess. But I feel like recently peace has become something that's almost unrecognizable. And it's the peace that the heart needs in order to heal. It's the peace that the heart needs in order to go to the real feelings of forgiveness, not the mental, not I forgive you, not I forgive myself. Feeling it, because the feelings are where the nervous system connects. When it feels safe, you'll know it and your body will know it. Underneath the bird card, not surprising, is the Lovers card. Okay, so there is no doubt about it that you have been through an ordeal. And this card asks you to surrender. We know that this asks people to surrender. We know that the message of the Hanged Man is, as it was put here, surrender and heal before going forward. Okay, you're very good at that. You're very good at that. But what is needed here is the ability to trust yourself again. So that's this card here. Many flames. It can take many tries to find the right one. Take a break when you need to and don't give up. This is straight above the Burned card about being hurt so many times and the difficulty in trusting. So you know on a conscious level that you deserve unconditional love. You know on a conscious level everything that you bring to the table. You've done the work, like I said, you've done the healing. I could even be talking to the same person that I did the reading, that the reading was for, about the twin flame yesterday. But this reading is about, it's about this card, which is the follow-on card. And this is Dominion. Okay. This is about, and as it says, the ability to trust yourself again, acting authentically, recognizing your abilities and aligning with your soul purpose. Now, I know you know that. I know you do that. However, the detox, and this is the important bit because it gives you dominion over you going forward. over your feelings, over your nervous system, over your healing journey. It says, aligning with your soul purpose. There'll be another reading on that one. The detox is from the words and actions from others which has affected the way you think. The shift will come from sacrificing the need, whatever need that is. This is what Spirit said. Surrender to the stagnation feelings, relax and tune into nature, and awaken to a new perspective, which is a new enlightenment. So it's not surrendering to outside of yourself. It's surrendering to this very uncomfortable feeling that feels like stagnation and stuckness. It isn't. It isn't. It is the portal before this new enlightenment, because you haven't done this before. You haven't sat with stillness and peace. And it can feel really, really uncomfortable to someone who has had a lifetime of drama, of pressure, of hurt. And this is what Spirit wanted to talk about. They wanted to talk about the huge impact that the feelings have had in response to the thoughts, to the words and the actions. Thank you, Spirit. From others. And I think that this goes way, 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 way back. I think you've been in a pattern of relating where you've been the strong one, you've been the supportive one, and you've been looking after others, and you have taken a lot of shit. Basically, each one of those thoughts that you've had in relation to what people have done, you have put down to your journey and you have worked on it. However, they still impact the nervous system. There's an interesting Japanese gentleman, Masaru Emoto, I think he's called, and he does work with water. And what he did, I think he's passed over now, but he would subject water to words, and then he would freeze the water and photograph the crystals. There's books on Amazon by him. And each of the crystals that formed were completely different when given different words, when different words were put on the glass or whatever. The words like peace and love, the crystals that formed were just dazzling. They were like the most intricate, beautiful snowflakes. Like I say, you can Google this and see. When water was placed in an environment with harsh words, and certain words were used like Holocaust and, devil and hate and some really horrible words, the crystals were deformed. They weren't uniform, they weren't beautiful. The water basically formed the crystals in response energetically to the words. Now, I think our bodies are 75% water. So when someone says something to us that hurts us, our body responds. Our conscious mind, in the midst of this 3D realm where we're busy doing everything that is required in order to live in this modern society, but the body feels it. The body remembers it. And that is what's happening in this stillness. In this stillness, there is these feelings of uncomfortable nothing. And Spirit wants you to sit with them in nature. Specifically, they were very specific about that. They actually said relax and tune into nature. Now, it sounds a bit is it frou or whatever? It sounds a little bit hairy fairy, should we say? Airy fairy, not hairy fairy. I didn't say that. Not online, I didn't say that. Thank you, Spirit, some humour to break up the seriousness. That's it. It's not just about seriousness. It's not just about seriousness. It's about laughter. It's about letting go, freedom from the intensity. There it is, freedom, thank you, Spirit, from the intensity. Because it's been too intense for too long. And now it's not intense, it feels weird. It feels scary. It feels very uncomfortable. That's basically the message. And this is what you will fully step into, the full High Priestess energy. Now, this can be for a male or a female. The High Priestess energy isn't just, for either sex, one or the other sex. High Priestess energy is High Priestess energy. And it is about your sovereignty. It is about your connection to the divine. It is about reading the signs and the synchronicities. What did I write? Communion with the divine. Owning your secrets. Spirit came through with owning your secrets. So this card is going to give you a real skill. And I know the person that I'm speaking to, who this reading is for, really loves a challenge and then to acquire spiritual knowledge and skills. This skill is going to knock them all into last week, because it's about owning the power of being able to really go into the stillness, to go into the void. It is the state of grace. In my animal cards, it's the swan card. And then it is emerging as the beautiful swan, going in as the ugly duckling. And there's something about it with the swan card, which is about knowing what you're doing and knowing what you're going to face. Swan knows what is in the void, but it goes anyway. You know that the stillness is necessary, but it's going anyway. Okay, so that's basically the reading, but I'm up for pulling one more card. It's just a matter of which card do we pull. I'm going to go with my favourite here. So, last card, and then this will be fairly quick reading, but a powerful one. I like that too. And maybe your resting place isn't going to be as long as you think it is. Maybe it's going to be so powerful that it'll be done. As the card here asks, how far are you willing to go? Step through the void. Sit with that discomfort. Not with processing, not with doing, not with trying, not with efforting, with complete surrender and letting go and watching what comes through for you. And I'm not talking about what comes through in lessons. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what feelings come up. Recognize the feelings. There's magic in them. And your nervous system needs to tell you. It needs to have its response. It needs time to defuzz. Can't believe I said that earlier. Oh my goodness, look what came out. I actually feel a bit emotional. I really feel emotional. You've got victory. You are such a warrior. And that's followed by caring connections. Yes, I'm emotional because you really deserve this. That's followed, I only ever do 3, by cornucopia, which is massive abundance. See all this? This is yours. It's all yours. This is what comes when you allow yourself to feel the discomfort that comes up when there's nothing. Nothing to work on, nothing to do, nothing to be challenged by, and just nothing. The peace, literally the state of grace. When you embrace that state of grace and your nervous system catches on, this is what you will magnetize. This is what you will manifest. And spirit is right behind you. They're right behind you because they've given this in the reading. This is what they want you to know. That's the reading. I'm sending lots of love because whoever this reading is for really, really deserves every single thing that spirit has forecast is coming, and it is coming. Good luck.